All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the entire blog setup strategy. Now, I know when a lot of people think about blogging and things like that, they think about talking and making all kinds of posts and all this kind of stuff that is actually not what blogging is. We want to go through and understand blogging as a platform that can make money. What it is it's a content management system. That's all it is. That's all we're going to look at it. Now, when it comes to blogging, what I find is that it's very, very simple to get started because there's a lot of plugins, there's a lot of tools and different things like that that can help you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the whole process. We're going to walk you through it. We're going to show some tools. We're going to give you some tools, and we're going to help you out every step of the way. So first of all, what we want to do is want to go in and understand how to find a niche and an offer. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do. If you get this wrong, you're going to struggle. There's going to be all kinds of things that you're going to struggle with, and you're not going to be happy. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go through and we're going to look for a market that can work. Now, when we go for a market that can work, it's very important that we understand in a real world level what's going on. Okay. A lot of people miss this. They think, oh, I'm just going to go out there and do weight loss because, Todd the guru said, I should do weight loss because everyone wants to lose weight. So how hard can it be? Well, it's actually really hard because there's a lot of competition there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bypass the competition and we're going to go straight to what works based on data. If you're tired of wasting your time listening to gurus who maybe woke up yesterday and had a business for 6 months and then started teaching, this is going to be something different. I've been doing this for 25 years, almost 26 years now, and I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen a lot of things work. I've seen a lot of things not work. I've seen all kinds of stuff happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this and understand it in a real world way. Okay. Now, how is our audio? Are we okay? A little low, or is it okay? Hopefully it's doing okay. I think it is. Okay, everything sounds okay. Maybe turn up your speakers if it seems a little bit low. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at this and say, okay, well, what does a niche look like? Well, first of all, the first thing that we need is we need to understand where the money's at. Okay, if you want to make money online, we need to understand where the money is. Okay, very, very important. Now, if we don't know this, if we don't know where the money is or how we're going to get it, trust me on this. I don't care if it's me who tells you. If you don't understand where the money is, don't buy anything. Don't invest in anything. If you don't get it, you don't get it, right? Can't just expect someone else to do everything for you. You can't just expect the gurus to have your back, okay? Me included. Like if you don't understand this, if you're like at the end of this webinar, I don't know where the money comes from, then please do not buy anything because you're probably not the best fit. Now, when we understand this, we need to say, okay, what does it look like? What does money online look like? Well, if we were to go to Google here and type something in like mortgage, all right, mortgage calculator or mortgage, let's just do mortgage. What you're going to see is that right now there are sponsored ads and there are free ads, all right? There's a lot of sponsored ads. They take up the whole top here. And then you have some AI junk, and then you have regular free ads with sponsored mixed in. Interesting. So now we see, okay, there's literally like 5 ads on this page, and those ads cost a lot of money. Okay, how do we know? Well, we're going to use a backdoor tool like SpyFu to figure out what that works like. Okay, so whenever you see stuff on Google like mortgage or whatever, you're going to see that behind the scenes, there is a lot of money being made. This here is saying that on average, these people here with these ads, Best Money, Sophie, Chase, Rocket Mortgage, are paying on average $7.37 per click to Google. So that means if this is clicked on, Google gets money. That's how Google gets like $500 billion a year from clicks on ads from advertisers. If that makes sense, type advertisers in the box. That is the base level of what's going on. Now, there's a little caveat when it comes to Google, and that is that the majority of Google traffic does not go to ads. So they're $500 billion a year industry. Most of the traffic is going to non-ads. Think about that for a minute. Most of it. Now, when people say SEO's dead, Google's out the door, ChatGPT's taken over, they are absolutely full of things that we ought not to be full of because they don't understand, okay, wait a minute. I mean, Google's still the big giant gorilla. The other places are pulling from Google. the stuff that ranks in Google naturally ranks in ChatGPT as well. AI is changing the game. It's not taking it over. So when people say that, I mean, 1,000 people a day, more than 1,000 people a day, probably 10,000 people a day are searching for mortgage in Google, even today, 2025, August, with AI. So what we need to do first and foremost, write this down. First, we need to understand where the money comes from. Okay, that is first. Is our audio still good? I'm getting a couple of complaints about the quality, but I think we're okay. What we need to do first is understand where money comes from. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to look at this and we're going to say, okay, what is going on and how do I not generalize things? Okay, generalize. Everyone wants to generalize things. Those politicians are bad. These politicians are good. That type of car is not good. This type of thing is good. Okay, so now what we're looking at is like, we cannot generalize. If you generalize, you are going to struggle. All money methods are scams. No money methods are scams. These are all generalizations. This doesn't work. SEO is dead. I tell you, people have been saying that everything is dead for like the last, since 2011, I think is when that marketing strategy got popularized. And I still have yet to see things that are actually dead, except for like MySpace. Even still, MySpace still gets traffic. So is it completely gone? No. I happen to make a lot of money on that. Now, looking at this, we need to be smart. If you're tired of all the junk and you're ready to be smart, type, I want to be smart about this. And it's not to say that you're not. It's to say that sometimes we aren't taught the way to think about a certain thing. Many of us were taught to be job people. Many of us were taught to go and work or be a career or go to college or whatever it is. And that's all good. That's all fine. But when it comes to being an entrepreneur, you need to think a little bit different. You have to tweak a little bit, as you guys know. Some aspects in my life, I am not smart at all, but some I am. For entrepreneur stuff, I'm pretty good at it. For book smart, I'm not that good at it. So understanding that we need to have a little bit of a pivot, we need to put our cap on and we need to not be emotional. Money is not emotional. And I'll tell you, in my life, I have been emotional about money more times than I care to admit. Do you know how many times money has been emotional about me? 0. Doesn't matter. So if some guru makes you feel a certain way, ignore the feeling, look at logic, myself included. If at the end of this, you're like, I feel great, I want to go buy stuff. Okay, fine, but check it with logic. Say, does that make sense? Does it make sense that people searching Google and I could get showed up here? Yeah, that could work. Okay, I see it. Does it make sense that, hey, not everyone's going to get rich overnight? Most people do not. Most people make nothing. Look at this like a business. Objectivity and understanding is key. Now, when we get into that, the first lesson is, okay, so there's people searching. Like, look at it this way. Every keyword, you know how you go into, let's say, an electronics store, right? How many of you guys went into like a Target or a Best Buy or even the grocery store lately, right? Type shop if you shopped lately, okay? I want you to look at shops, and it does have to be a physical shop. So grocery store would count. Amazon would not count, and I'll show you why in a minute. What happens when we look at a store, okay? We look at it, and we go through those magic doors of the grocery store. They open up. You get your cart. I'm going to try to draw a cart. Here's our cart. And you go shopping through the aisles. And as you go through the aisles, you see, okay, here's a shelf. This is the cereal aisle. All right. And they have like Lucky Charms. They got Wheaties. They got Weetabix. They got Cheerios, other cereals. I'm not a big cereal eater, but they got a lot of them, right? What happens here is this is a certain term. Who knows the term for all the boxes that are on the shelf? Okay. Let's see if we could get some extra credit for you guys. Who knows the term? There's a certain term for all these boxes on these shelves. And this is going to make sense in just a minute. We're going to simplify the process. Lawrence, there you go. Give yourself If you said inventory, give yourself a pat on the back. This is inventory, okay? Now, we're going to make this simple. We all understand that. Like, okay, they have 1,000 boxes of cereal. If those are all worth $4 each, they have $4,000 worth of inventory in cereal. Does that make sense? Type 4K if you get it. That's what it is. All right, now, what happens with Google? Well, Google's an internet company. It's completely different. No, it's not. It's exactly the same. They have inventory, which is 98,000 people a month searching for the word mortgage at $7 a click. Just like the cereal boxes, only it exists in cyberspace. That's the only difference, right? It's like, okay, this is their inventory. Now their inventory can go up and down based on how many people are searching for whatever. But now we see this word potentially is worth a lot of money to Google. Okay, does that make sense? Clicks, ads is what makes the internet go round. If the ads stopped tomorrow, everyone would stop posting crap on the internet because it wouldn't be monetizable, except for like my uncle who would post political stuff no matter whether people want to hear it or not, right? But at any rate, that is our inventory. Now, with that inventory, you have a lot of keywords on Google that could be ranked for. So what I want to do is I want to start with a niche. I want to say, well, what is it that I can do and get a head start with so that I could start making money? That's where I go into domain buying. A lot of people know that I use Spamzilla to find domains. And when I go through and find domains, I can go to Spamzilla and I could say, well, let's say I wanted to be in that mortgage niche. I could type in mortgage. I could see all the domains that are for sale right now. These are auction domains, expired domains, any domains that we can get some way. You might have to buy them at auction. You might be able to get them now. Usually if you see this little icon, that means you can get them now. So like Lakewood Mortgage Brokers, I should be able to go to the old GoDaddy or wherever I fancy, and I should be able to go in and be like, okay, check it out. Let's see if this domain is in fact available. It is. So for $10, I could own this domain. Now, that all sounds good, but is it actually worth $10 to me? Well, let's take a look. Here we have all the rankings and the stuff that it had. Organic keywords, nothing. Like back in 2001, it had one ranking for Lakewood Mortgage. It was number 101. That's not worth 10 bucks to me. Now, we can go through and we can sort them by positions and see if there's any that are ranking today. Mortgage Academy. All right, so that's a pretty safe bet because Mortgage Academy is a good name. So if I could get that for 10 bucks, like the name alone is okay. It has one ranking. Let's see what it ranks for. Maybe 2 or 3 rankings here. So going through and looking at these, we got something, right? It's something there. Now, what I like to do is I like to find things that are better than just basic. And what I would do is look for some of these that are like, okay, Roadrunner Journal, what is that? It's got 15,000 rankings in Google, or no, that's backlinks, 16,000 rankings in Google. And we can look at that and be like, well, what does it rank for? What can I do with these rankings? It's recent. It ranks now. Looks like it's all kinds of junk. Like that's a dirty site. Not my cup of tea. I don't market that stuff. So we'll keep looking and we'll be like, okay, maybe we'll go through and look at like this form one, or maybe we could look at others. Now you could go through and you can select like GoDaddy. If I just want to look at the GoDaddy auction ones, we can go through here and be like, okay, well, what do we got? We got dinosaur game. Okay, I can make maybe a dinosaur game site. That'd be kind of cool. It does have some rankings, some kind of dino games, things like that. Now, how would I make money with that? That's a whole different ballgame, right? In order to make money, I would need to like have a game to sell, something, maybe run ads or whatever. Here's one for like coworkers. Here's ones for fuse boxes, million something or other. And what I'm looking for is something that I know would tie into something that makes money, like this online photo compressor. Okay, they're looking to compress photos. That's pretty straightforward. It looks like it ends in 9 minutes, and it had 115 plus 109, a little over 200 keywords in Google for all of these different photo ones. Okay, it's going to go for about 305 bucks. Would that be worth it to me? Maybe, maybe not. had a little bit of traffic, online photo compressor, how to take high resolution photos. It's okay. I could probably monetize it if I was interested in that niche. This might be a decent buy, right? Like type that in. Like if you had a new domain versus this domain, this is going to give you a head start. Or let's say I was going to go through and be like, oh, let's go to, here's a garden one. Here's one about tips or whatever. And what I do is I try to find something that leads to something that makes money, right? I just want to go through and be like, I really don't care what it is. Obviously, it has to be within my wheelhouse, my ethics, my desire, right? Because I don't do the adult sites. That's just my personal thing. I know a lot of people who do them. It's just my personal thing. I don't like doing that. I like to do stuff that's easier and more profitable, like this here, metabolic renewal. Okay, it's for some kind of metabolism thing. Reminds me of like a ClickBank offer or something like that. It is for a product. So I would check and see if it's a trademark. Okay, so if it's a trademark, metabolic renewal, doesn't look like a big trademark, and it does look like it has quite a bit of traffic. I could probably do something like that in that domain. Let's see what that's going for. And you can kind of pick and choose through these domains. And I'll show you some that I've purchased recently. They're not very cheap, or they're not very expensive. They're usually pretty cheap. Here's one for like find perfect names. Maybe I can do domain names. So this is $1, right? And it has rankings. How many of you guys are like, oh, so like literally for $1, I can be ranking number 19 for that, and I can even build it up. That's pretty cool. How many of you guys that makes sense? And again, looking at the idea of, okay, metabolic renewal, that is a keyword. Okay. Does it get searches? We would go there. Looks like metabolic renew is a product. Yes, we just mentioned that. It is a product. We would look for like a trademark. Didn't see that. Obviously, you want to do more research. However, this one does, it's got traffic. It's got a lot of traffic. So that's something that could work. It probably has an affiliate program. I'm guessing it's like a ClickBank kind of deal. But going through there, you can see this would do a better job than just having something like a new domain, right? Type head start if you get it. Let's take a look at this other one here for finding names. So here's one about finding names, okay? Different like Catherine nicknames, nicknames for Hudson. So this is all about nicknames and things like that. Now, when I see something like this, a lot of people are like, how are you going to monetize it? All right. This one had like 17,000 visitors a month. It was doing pretty big. Had a lot of pages, relatively, but it was all about fun little nicknames. Okay. So I could theoretically create a site about nicknames, which they're probably looking to name a child. That's what I would guess. So thinking baby name stuff on ClickBank and things like that. So decent. And then looking at maybe I can get them into like custom things with names on them, like an Etsy shop, right? Does that make more sense than, hey, just go sell stuff on Etsy? Now we are building this with an audience in mind. This is super important. So the first thing we want to do is go through and find a market, a domain with a market. Okay. And we can see here, this one's $6. So probably won't go for too much tomorrow. It's been around 5 years. It's got a little bit of value to it. Decent. Okay. So that could be one if you were looking for names, and maybe looking for like names where they want to buy a domain name. All right. That can get into some more stuff that's specific as well. Here's one for jackets, right? Different kinds of jackets, creative artwork. And what you'll see is that there's a lot of stuff because most people don't know how to monetize traffic. That's where we come in. We are going to monetize the traffic. We're going to understand the niche in a very, very specific way. Much like the domain I bought, which we're going to be talking about today, which was for Explainer Video Production. You guys saw this one. I bought it here when it had the dip. It started popping back, and you can see it ranks for all kinds of things. Let's do US so you guys can see the actual results here. And we can see here something like Explainer Video Production, which has a good cost per click. So there's a pretty good market. I bought this domain. We rank for all kinds of stuff related to Explainer Video Production. You can see we're number 1 here. We are video technology, Explainer Videos Production. 3D Animation Studio, we're ranking number 9 for that one. So there's a lot of rankings that are coming. Actually, okay, sorry, we're ranking number 1 for that one. I have noticed Ahrefs is taking a minute to catch up lately, and a lot of rankings are doing a lot better than they say. Here's one for how to embed an Instagram video in PowerPoint. There we are there. So do you guys see how that works? If you understand inventory, and now you understand, oh, this site, I bought the domain, now I'm in front of all these people. Like YouTube banner size, it's people looking to make a YouTube banner because they have a YouTube channel. I can market them things about how to promote their YouTube channel and different things like that. Here we are here. We made a simple little tool. Actually, this isn't even the tool page. This is just content that I outsourced. And boom, there we go. How many of you guys are like, this is making a good amount of sense? Like this, okay, I get this. Type got it if you got it. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to build it out. Now, in addition to that, we're going to do some other things. We're going to get people from social media. We're going to get people from all kinds of stuff. But what we need to do is we need to build these things out. Okay. Now, when we look at some of the domains that I bought, and yes, stay tuned because I have a bunch of domains, and with Blog Profit Network and the tools and everything like that, or if you want to do boot camp, we give you a domain. So pretty cool. You guys are going to get a whole bunch of cool stuff on this call. All you have to do is sit here and listen. That's it. That's all you got to do. Right? You can sit there, you can click your feet up and relax. All you got to do is listen. Now, here is a small amount of domains that I recently purchased just to show you, hey, I'm doing this all the time. This is what we do. This is how it works. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of these that I bought, and I'll tell you why. This is part 1, which is about I need to find a starting point, right? How many of you guys are like, I've tried a lot of stuff, but I've never had a real starting point, right? I think that's where most people are. You might have had an idea. You might have heard of TikTok. Oh, let's do TikTok. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you're all over the place and you have info overload, but you never really had that. Here's what I'm going to do. And it reminds me of a story. Years ago, my dad, when he was still with us, and my uncle were arguing about how to put a table in the back of my brother's truck so we could drive it home. And they had this big argument about the right way to do it. And my dad was like, oh, do it this way. My uncle was like, no, do it this way. And we did it the way my uncle said. And the table flew out, crashed on the road in the middle of the intersection. And everyone was like rushing to my uncle like, hey, bro, you know, you taught us the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. And he got really mad. And everyone wanted to help him. And they started picking things up, and he just yelled. And he's a big dude. When he yells, you shut up and you go away. He is a big guy. And he said, everybody finds something to do. I'm doing this. And that stuck with me. I was 20 at the time, 19, maybe 18. I don't remember exactly. And it stuck with me because I was like, okay, everyone finds something to do. I'm doing this. And that actually helped me in sobriety too, because it's like, hey, I'm going to stay sober. I don't care what everyone else does. Like, you can go drink, you can go do this, you can do that. Me, I got to stay sober because I know what happens. And when it comes to the business world, what you need to do is you have to be, everybody finds something to do. I don't care what the gurus say. I'm doing this. Once you have that, I'm doing this, everything changes. Let me show you. Here's a domain I got called Unicorn Float. And I want to show you how this makes sense. Now, again, you have to understand this is a business. Nothing in life is guaranteed. We got to look at this realistically. Okay. And when we look at it realistically, I have unicornfloat.com. And you might be like, what the heck is that? What are you going to sell on a Unicorn Float website? I'll show you in a minute. Let's see if my GoDaddy thing's working. GoDaddy's kind of funny. Estimator. I know their stuff is kind of funny lately. Hopefully mine will work. There we go. So unicornfloat.com, it's saying 100. That's wrong. I know it's worth more. We'll check Dynadot. Sometimes GoDaddy is way off. Sometimes they're right on the money. We just use them as kind of like an overview. I'm going to say if I was going to sell this domain, I'd probably be looking at like $1,000. Now, there's 2 ways to value a domain. One is based on the name itself. What would this name fetch to anyone looking to buy it, right? Like a guy who sells unicorn floaties would be your perfect audience for this one. What would he buy it for? Okay. Now, Dynadot's saying it's worth about 5,000 bucks. I think that's way high. So let's take a middle ground. I'm going to say $500 to $1,000 is probably pretty fair. If I sit on it long enough, I'll get one. I've been doing domaining for 26 years now, 25 years. Yeah, 25. I bought my first domain in 2000, March of 2000. So 25 years. So now looking at this, we're like, okay, Unicorn Float, it's worth some money. What's it worth today? Full disclosure, I'll tell you exactly what I bought it for. That's what it's worth, right? That's plain and simple. What I bought it for is what it's worth because I was the one who bought it. Now, does that mean I got it cheap? Probably. Yeah, like I think I got it for a steal, and I will tell you what I bought it for. It was a whopping, let's see here, $51.19. Not bad, right? Why did I buy it for 51 bucks? Why would I not buy that one, which is about mortgages, for $10, but I bought this for 50? How many of you guys think that would be really good info? You'd be like, yeah, if I knew why Marcus passed on a $10 domain, but didn't pass on this one, I think that would probably help me out. And that's what this is about. I'm tired of all the junk. I just want to show you what I do for a living. I want to teach cool stuff. And in Blog Profit Network, that is going to be the place to get the hard-hitting trainings, because a lot of the algorithms and a lot of the AI checkers flag so much stuff on social media today. I can't teach this stuff. Like, it just flags it. It's like, oh, well, you know, he said something about a unicorn and then he showed this domain. This is not good. So we have to take it there, which I think is actually good because I get more serious people. Like, I'm kind of tired of all the people that are like, oh, well, you know, how do you turn on the internet? I'm like, if you need to know how to turn on the internet, you're probably not good for this. So Unicorn Float, why would we buy this? Well, I bought this because it ranks for floaties for a 1-year-old, pool float, baby floats, and it even ranks today for things related to infant baby float, baby floaties, 3,900 searches a month, arm floaties, all of this stuff about floaties. And what I'm thinking is, okay, I can be an Amazon affiliate. I could do this. I can do that. And we're ready to go. Right? Does that make sense to everyone? It's like, okay, this is making sense. I can just build a site about this. Right? Pretty simple. Okay? Unicorn float, giant inflatable unicorn float. And you'll see these things do actually sell, surprisingly. Here's this one for 251 bucks, 360 bucks for a giant unicorn, 50 bucks. I mean, pretty crazy. People are buying it. So for me, I now have a brand, unicornfloat.com, good name. Now I got a business. I can sell all this stuff. I could drop ship it. I could be an affiliate. I could do whatever I want. Now we're getting somewhere. How many of you guys are like, oh, so you're just building a business around something that's already started? Exactly. Now, I have a lot of domains that I buy all the time. I currently own probably close to or more than 3,000 domains. And I buy domains for certain reasons. This is one we gave someone as a high ticket niche. When we do a high ticket niche, that's when we actually build your site for you on a domain we bought and walk you through everything. This one here was for ChatGPT bots or chatbot GPT buzz. So it's for all this stuff related to AI stuff. I was like, okay, well, I can rank for all this. Pretty good, ready to go. We have some others as well. I just bought this jet ski one yesterday, a golf one, driver's license, mental health professional. And there was a couple others as well. I'll try to find you one that we set up for someone so you can see, oh, hey, this is how it works. There you go. I think, let's see if we have one we set up recently. This is my latest batch, so it doesn't have some of the ones that we set up. Which means these are the ones that are available more often than not. Some of them might not be. But going through and looking at this, these are the ones I got. You can see why they're all tying to a market. Much like when I bought WPCity.com, I went through and bought this one, and here we go, right? I can go through, I could look it up, and boom, there we go. Or like Dennis's site, he's a high-ticket niche owner. He got some Wi-Fi site, internet TV Wi-Fi. We built it up for him. You can see that the rankings got 507 rankings in Google, and he's ready to go. Right there you go. Just got to build it up a bit. Now, why did I buy this one? Well, I bought this one because if you look at SpyFu, again, this is our grid. This is like, hey, this is what the advertisers want. And I do cable internet. Watch this. $4.10. Fiber internet. $2. Let's do something like cable TV or satellite. Okay. These companies pay a fortune for all this traffic. So having a site like this, we're like, oh, check it out. I can rank for all this. Good to go. Now, he's got some work to do. Some of them have really good traffic. Like there's this one. If he ranked for Xfinity Internet, that's a pretty darn good one. When you look at these sites, what we're doing is we're looking at what is the whole of what's going on. And dude ranks number 58 for Xfinity Internet. Like, get out of here with a high ticket niche. Now, is he making money at page or at number 58 for this? No, but that shows he's got the starting point. That's what you got to understand. If you get the starting point wrong, everything will struggle. If you get the starting point right, you will have something to do that's based on stuff that works that you can go and build. And I'm going to show you how this works in just a minute to show you different sites. So here he is here, Xfinity. I mean, do you know how commercial this term is? When you look at something like this and you go to SpyFu and you're like, okay, Xfinity Internet, boom, they're paying for their own word. You can even do like fastest internet or something like that. Let's see here, fastest. Okay, fastest internet, 367. Now, in addition to that, we're also going to be looking at OfferVault, right, like this, and we'll look at internet, okay? And now we're like, boom, here we go. Spectrum, $26, $70, $60, $35, on and on we go. How many of you guys are getting this? You're like, oh, this totally makes sense. Okay, let me know if this makes sense to you. If you're lost, tell me you're lost. That way we can help you. But I think like if you get it, like, okay, if he ranks for Xfinity Internet and he could promote, all the different internets, there's money there. There's advertisers. This is how it works. This is where the business works. Okay. So now what we do is we're going to go and we're going to build a site. Now we use WordPress, which is pretty simple. Okay. So we're going to go to part 2, which part 1 is find your market. Now, Franklin says, what's a good cost per click or CPC? That's going to depend on your market, right? So when I was doing the MySpace stuff, I was happy with 4 to 8 cents. If I was in the mortgage market getting 4 to 8 cents, I'd be very sad. So it's relative to whatever you're trying to do, okay? I would say the best CPC is one that puts money in your pocket, okay? That's the answer. Now, part 2, is there any questions on part 1 so far? Finding your niche, offer, and domain name, okay? Any questions on this? Let me know. What rank levels need to be at to make the site money? Well, if he was ranking like number 20 for that, he might get traffic. However, what we're going to do is we're not just going to rely on Google alone. That's where people struggle because they're relying on one thing rather than going out there and being like, oh, I'm a business. I can use my content for other stuff as well. Okay. This is a whole system. This is not about, oh, I do TikTok or I do that. This is one full system where you're going to build an entire business around it, funnel everything to it, and make it work. Okay. So now part 2, we do the setup. And I think I started setting one up. Let me see the one I had earlier today. I think it was, actually, we could set up, let's see. What position for a keyword is actually good ranking? 1 to 3. It depends on the keyword. Like if someone's looking up what time is Target open, I don't care if you're number 1, 2, or 3. It's not going to matter. The AI is going to beat you out. If you're on something else where they're looking for it, that might be a little bit different, right? So it's going to depend on what you're doing. Now, what we're doing is we're trying to get stuff that is specific, right? So like the unicorn floats, those are one where that's specific. RJ said, would you make more money with the mortgage than with the floaty one? Well, we don't have a mortgage one. Like the $10 mortgage one, I'm not even going to, that one didn't even move the needle for me. It depends on what you do. If you had 1,000 visitors to Floaty and 1,000 visitors to mortgage, chances are you're going to make more with mortgage. Mortgage is going to be harder to get traffic for, though, right? You can't make little Floaty videos and promote mortgage stuff. Okay, is this starting to make sense? Like, you have to be like my uncle. Everyone finds something to do. This is what I'm doing. And when you're doing it, you're like, okay, I'm the Floaty guy. That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to keep doing it until it works, because it's based on data that actually it actually works. When you understand, like, okay, can you make a living in the Floaty niche? Then that's where you go. Okay. Norm, how do you get the person to your site? We're going to show you that in just a minute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build it. Anthony says, put a mortgage broker in a unicorn Floaty and make a video. That would be fun, but I don't think it would be super profitable. All right. We need to go through and we need to think about things objectively, and everything we do needs to make sense. Everything. I'm talking like, even zooming out in the camera, I'm talking like everything we do has to make sense. We can't mess around. We can't waste time. I'm guessing that, I mean, if I asked everyone right now, how long have you been trying to make money online? I mean, I know people who've been trying for like 25 years, and I'm like, okay, you need to really focus on something that works. And that's all you need to do. The problem is you're trying to do a million different things, and none of those things is a direct path to profit. We need a direct path. We need to do everything in line with that path. So now we're going to go through and we're going to start building this up with AI tools. So let's say we wanted to do unicorn float. I don't know if we could do this here. Let's see if this one's, oh, we might be able to. Let's see where the name servers are on this one. Name server lookup. I might be able to. Let's see if we could do this. I could probably proxy it. I don't know what, this is a weird site. Let's just do Whois. So we're going to go here, unicornfloat.com. And how many of you guys are already feeling more clear? You're like, yeah, this seems a lot more clear. Okay, so renew your name. So we would have to change it. Let's go into the old GoDaddy and get this one changed here. Okay, I don't know if I have one I just recently set up, but we'll see if this one will work. If not, we'll pick a different one. But Unicorn Float's probably a pretty simple one, and I think it'll make sense to a lot of people. And I would say, like, maybe even tie it into maybe swimming lessons. That could be a good one, because a lot of it was about floaties, you know, like how to teach your kid to swim or whatever. That could work. So let's do, just going to switch this over real quick. Okay, come on now. Search, search. So what I'm doing is I'm just going in GoDaddy, right, like this. I'm going to click on the domain. I'm going to change the name servers to point to my host. We're going to teach you all this stuff in just a minute. It's actually a lot easier than you would think. All you have to do is go to name servers. We're going to do ns1.in, let's lowercase it, ns1 inmotionhosting.com, ns2.inmotionhosting.com. What this will do, it's just going to take the domain and it's going to be like, hey, go over to InMotion. That's where my host is. Show that site. That's all it is. Should be pretty quick. Should refresh this fairly quickly. Sometimes it takes a minute. Let's do unicorn float.com. Okay. So then what you would do is you'd set it up on your host. Now, I think I have one we just set up. I actually, here's a domain I bought. I'll set this one up for you. That way, for sake of time, it'll make sense. So the one that I bought, I think I showed a video where I bought, it was blogging to the bank. Why did I buy that? Because a long time ago, blogging to the bank.com was a big site. It was a huge ClickBank offer. It was crazy. Okay. So blogging to the bank.com, I bought this domain. Why did I buy it? Well, I bought it because it had some traffic to it and it's pretty solid. So if we do blogging to the bank, you could see not a whole lot in terms of like rankings, but I like the backlinks because they had traffic of people pointing to it. It was all like 7 ways to motivate your employees, blogging to the bank review, net jobs. It had a lot of rankings. So this should get me some decent traffic, right? So you offer all kinds of stuff here. Okay. So I was like, okay, this should work. Let's take a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my InMotion hosting cPanel. Okay. So you get hosting. That's where, let's get our notes up here. With hosting, what you're going to do is you're going to buy your domain at like GoDaddy, and then you're going to go to gohubsite.com, and you're just going to get your hosting. Okay, I have instructions there. Why do I recommend that one? Because you follow along with what we do, it's going to make it a lot easier for you. If I'm like, hey, click the blue button, and you're like, where's the blue button? I'm like, well, you know, your host doesn't have a blue button. Mine does. You want to follow along? It makes it easy. What you need to do is you need to get rid of all the blocks. I don't know what it is with people trying to make money online, but they're like, Marcus, I was trying to follow along and I built a big brick wall in front of me. And I'm like, why did you do that? And of course, that's a metaphor for like, I made it more complicated. And I'm like, why would you do that? They're like, oh, well, I thought, well, your job's not really to think about that. Your job is to follow a path and go to get the money and make it the path of least resistance, like water, right? We don't want to go through and put up block walls. How many of you guys are tired of putting block walls in your path and you're like, okay, I need to just follow something and just do it and step by step by step, make it work. That's what this is about. GoHubSite.com is where you could get hosting, use your domain, everything like that. Now, with that domain and you get your hosting, you're going to go to your InMotion, which is going to look like this. It's very simple. You just go into InMotion hosting and you'd install the domain. Click on domains, add the domain. Very simple. Okay. And I don't know if I added it in here. Let's see if I did. I believe I did, but we'll check. Blogging to the bank. There it is there. So I added the domain. So now all we need to do after we add the domain, and if you need to know how to add a domain, you just literally click on create new domain. That's it. You're good to go. All right. So now we're going to go through and we are going to do WordPress management. I think it is. There's one of them that adds a bunch of plugins. So we're going to try to bypass that. If it adds it, we'll just delete them. And I'm going to show you how the new plugin and the new tool works with everything and makes sense. And then we'll just start building the content and everything like that. It's very, very cut and dry. Now, it does take work. That's why you just have to stay the course. Problem is, people set up 5 blog posts and then they don't do anything. Most people who buy courses, buy domains, I watch it. Most people who buy domains from us and buy sites from us, they don't do anything. Like literally, there was one yesterday. We wrote the guy a bunch of times. I was like, dude, your domain is worth money. And he just never answered. And I'm like, it's been ranked. It's still ranking. It's there when you're ready, right? You just have to build it. But for whatever reason, people just don't do the things that get them where they want to go. So now we're going to go through and we're going to install WordPress. Very simple. Okay. How many of you guys so far on a scale of 1 to 100? 100 means I got this. I think I can do this with some help. 0 means what's the internet, right? Let me know. So now we're going to go through. I'm just going to choose my domain, blogging to the bank. Okay. I would just double check. Let's do a trademark search just to bury the hatchet. Make sure blogging to the bank is not a trademark. Blogging to the bank. And let's see. We're looking good. Yeah. Let's do just blog to the bank. Just to bury another hatchet. We're looking good. I'm happy with this. I think it's good. Now, of course, I'm not a trademark attorney. I'm just looking this stuff up. If you're worried about that stuff, look it up, maybe consult or whatever. Usually this will show you. It's not 100%, but usually it'll show you. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do blogging to the bank. I'm going to title it blogging. Let's fix our stuff here. Blogging. Come on, capital lock. Blogging to the bank. Okay. We're going to do HTTPS. Keep this here. Installation blank. We don't want anything there. Copy your password. Okay. I'm going to copy my password over here just so I have it. And we'll copy it here. User and username. and passcode. So copy that into a safe space, a notepad, whatever. Right now, I'm just sending it to myself on Teams because that's pretty easy. All right, so now, there we go. Got all this. Then we're just going to go ahead and hit install. Okay, pretty cool. Slava says, why don't use something like Squarespace? That's a brick wall. When people come to me and they're like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I found something that makes money. That's why I don't. Like, I'm going to stick with what makes money. Why? Because I want the barrier of entry to be easy. If you are dead set on using Squarespace, go find a Squarespace guru. I'm not your guy. I found a way to make it work with WordPress. Google loves WordPress. It's easy. It has plugins. I'm not going to put brick walls in my way, but see how that works? Everyone's going to come up with an idea of what they think they want to do, which has nothing to do with making money, right? Nothing at all. It's like, okay, that might be less technical. This isn't very technical. Did anyone find this technical? All right. Also, looking at this, you want to make sure your link structure fits. If Squarespace gives me a funny link structure, I'm hosed. My domain will not rank again. Needs to be the same. Most sites are running on WordPress, which is pretty simple, right? If you find it techie, just do it. Like, you're not going to blow up your site 9 times out of 10. And if you think you are going to blow up your site, maybe you should, like, I don't know, like, it's a new site. It doesn't even matter. It's like, okay, there we go. So now we have WordPress. Should be here. Might be just taking a minute to load. Let's just do a www. And if that doesn't work, we'll use a proxy, because sometimes a proxy will show what's actually on the internet at that time rather than like 5 minutes ago. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to our cPanel over here. And I'm just going to make sure that caching is turned off. And all of this, wait till you see, because this is not the tech part. This is easy. Anyone can do this. We can do it for you. We have a service where we do it for you. Very simple. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to turn off caching, cache, right, like this. And that should fix that issue and make it show WordPress. If not, we'll use the proxy. And this, it's just waiting. Like, instead of having you wait 2 hours for it to resolve, I'm going to show you easy. That way we're not sitting here on a webinar watching paint dry. So we're going to go to blogging to the bank, blogging to the bank, blogging to the bank, blogging to the bank. There we go. We are going to go options, turn off caching, no, save. Well, let's see if that fixed it. Okay, let's do no W's. We could even do a WP admin at the end to see if WordPress is on it. Admin. And let's see, looks like it's, there we go. So WordPress is on it. See, it's caching. That's all it is. So all we would have to do is go log in, build the site, and everything will be right with the world. So we're going to go ahead and hit login. Now we are on WordPress. Notice how quickly I have a site. It's got everything ready to go. We're solid. Let's take a look at the unicorn one too, just to show you guys too. Unicorn float. See if that one changed. Unicorn float. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, let's double check on this one. I can probably turn my proxy on for this one, because usually stuff's pretty instant. What the proxy does is it just checks it from a different place so that I could see what's actually there. Let's see here, unicorn float. Okay, let's see if we can add this one. It should show us. So we'll do cPanel, and we'll go back to domains. You guys like learning this stuff? Let me know if you do. You got to do sounds. Exactly. You have to have sound effects. Otherwise, you're just not going to work. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go here. We're going to go to domains. And yes, I've done this thousands of times, and I still don't remember where the buttons are. Sometimes, half the time, I'm like just searching for it. So we're going to go create a new domain. And we wait. Unicorn float, get rid of all that junk. So it's just unicornfloat.com, submit. Now we added a new domain. Should be pretty quick. And while we're waiting for that, we'll set up the blogging to the bank one, just so I could show you how the plugin works. I want to do the unicorn one too, so I can show you how the the structure, the file structure works, which is simple, just like a link. That's all it is. It's why we use WordPress. Again, stop putting brick walls in your way. Just make it easy. Flow with it. I can't tell you how many people come to me and they're like, Marcus, I spent all week trying to make the background of my page blue. I'm like, why are you making it blue? Well, I really like blue. You like it? What? Oh, Marcus, I spent all this time making this thing spin on my website. Why did you want it to spin? Well, I thought it would look cool. I'm here to make money. Like, I get people every week who tell me my websites look like crap. Every week. They're like, your websites look like they're from 1999. Nobody cares. Yeah. So does Google. So does Amazon. And they make more money in a minute than most people's families make in their lifetime. Why? Because it's simple. It is time. AI is here. It is time to simplify things. How many of you guys are info overload? You're overwhelmed and you want to simplify. Say, simplify me or something, right? Okay. So now we have the thing. We'll add this domain here. Are you guys ready to simplify things? You're tired of all the junk? That's what we're doing. That's what Bootcamp's about. That's what Blog Profit Network's about. That's what we're doing. So let's go to Unicorn Float and make sure you don't do the dot one. You want this one, Unicorn Float. Okay, so what would I do? I'd go through and I'd be like, okay, Unicorn Float, unicorn, not unicorn, unicorn. I can't spell today. Well, I can't spell every day, but today it's extra worse. Unicornfloat.com. I'm going to pick my best keyword. So what I'm going to do is volume. I was ranking number 48 for that. Let's see what pages there were. Okay, so these were all products. Let's do top traffic, Unicorn Float. Okay, so I'm going to name this Unicorn Float. The traffic's there. That page was ranking for it. That's the main one. Okay, so now, nice. Now we're in business. See, that's what's going on here. Now we're getting there. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the WordPress. That's what we want. Okay, this stuff is very fast if you're focused. Now, a lot of people, they're not going to do this. That's why, for me, okay, between you, me, and the wall, I programmed the entire brand new members area for Blog Profit Network this morning before 10 o'clock, and I woke up at 8. If you are in the zone and you know the direction you're going, it's easier. What direction am I going? I'm going to sell some unicorn floats. That's what I'm doing. So everything needs to be about the unicorn floats. So now I'm going to go through to our WordPress over here, wherever it was. It was on one of these. Somewhere over here. Where did I have that? Was it this one? I think it was, I just had it open. And don't worry, you will not need as many tabs as I have. Okay, let's see. I think it was on cPanel. Oh, here, there we go. One of these. Okay, so Unicorn Float. Okay, we're going to do Unicorn Float. Get floaties here. Why did I do that? Because the word floaties was my second biggest keyword. Okay, got all that. Make sure this is blank. Admin, copy this stuff down. Here we go. Boom, copy that. Copy the password. We're going to hit install. Now we should see it start building the old unicorn float here. You'll see it in real time. Like it's usually pretty quick. It's going and going. Okay, there we go. And we should see it start popping up here. It's just installing WordPress. Then when it's done, what we're going to do is we're going to install the Magic Marcus tools. I don't think I've been called Magic Marcus for like 25, 26 years. I used to be a magician. But at any rate, this stuff's kind of fun. Okay, so here we go. And while we're waiting on that, let's do Gemini. And let's do, what are some affiliate offers I can use for like teach kids to swim. They'll probably find us some like ClickBanks and stuff. A stripper name. Yeah, it wasn't that kind of magic. It was just good, harmless magic tricks. What do I use as a password manager? There's several. I would just stick whatever you like as yours, or just keep them in a notepad or something. Okay, so now we're going to go here. Swim gear. Nice. Okay, swimoutlet.com has an affiliate program. Direct brand, Speedo, Finiz, so like outfits, online courses. Nice. There we go. This is good. This is what we want. Water safety. So that's like a 50 up to 50% commission. This is where the most of the money is going to come from. The floaties also, if I can do it correctly. Now, I did notice like local swim and pool safety. I didn't think about that. I've been doing this a long time. I didn't think about it. But like pool fence, that's pretty solid. Like if they don't know how to swim, you probably get your kids a pool fence, save the kids. Pool fence, pool safety, something like that. 219, pool, swim lessons, stuff like that. So the local stuff could work well. And there we go. So now let's go through and let's see what we got here. Unicorn float. Let's do www. It should be showing the WordPress. Hopefully we might have to, there it goes. Maybe, is it done? Install. Okay, so we'll go here, open. Let's do login. I might have to change proxy again. Some areas by law must be fenced in. Exactly. I think it installs WordPress on HTTP automatically. Then you need to manually change to HTTPS. It's usually automatically HTTPS. Usually, like in an hour, it'll secure that. Like I don't have to do anything. It'll just automatically secure it in an hour. Or give or take. Okay, so now we're in business, right? Now I got unicornfloat.com, got a site on it, got a good domain that's worth money, had some rankings. We're looking pretty solid. How many of you guys are like, okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the magic. These are the plugins we're going to give you. Now, I will, full disclosure, the plugin I will give you, there's two. There's a plugin and a theme. Everything will work except the AI-enabled stuff. Why? Because when you use the AI stuff, I got to pay for it. So I ask that you pay for the program. I mean, do you think that's fair enough? Or do you think I should just like, you know, whatever. But at any rate, if you think that's fair, if you're like, hey, that's pretty cool. I think this is something that I can do. This makes sense. Type see the light if you're seeing it, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through, we're going to do plugins. Okay. I'm going to do add plugin. And this is going to show me everything. Like if you could install me on your blog and have me help you with everything, this is the next best thing. Like imagine if I was just like sitting over here and I'm like, hey buddy, now click this thing over here. Yeah, that button, click that one. Do you think that would help you? If I was literally there and I'm like, no, don't click that. No, go over here. How many of you guys would like that? Okay, this is like the next best thing to me literally being there to help you. And I'm going to show you why. We're going to click on upload plugin, choose file. I'm going to choose the first one, which is bpnplugin.zip. All right, here we go. Right like this, right like that. All right, next, we're going to go through and we're going to hit activate plugin. Okay, there we go. There it is. Now, you might be like, what happened, Marcus? How many of you guys are like, well, that was kind of lackluster. I'm not excited yet. That didn't even do anything. Check it out. And for those that don't think I put a lot of time in it, we're on version 12.9. I haven't even released it to the public yet. This is the first time. You'll be the first people to use it. You're going to love it. Now, as we go through, what that did is it added BPN setup, and on your dashboard, it added this guy right here. So like when I said, it's the next best thing to having me on your blog, there you go. So check it out. You could literally go here. You go to the plugin setup page. It walks you through everything, and it has AI that does it with you. So all I do is I say, what's the main goal of the blog? I want to sell products. I want to sell these floaties, and I'm going to sell them as an affiliate. What's my main traffic source? I'm probably going to do SEO and social media. So we'll start with SEO. what is my blog's niche? Unicorn, floaties, and pool safety. What is your main keyword or topic? Floaties, unicorn, floaties, float. Okay. What's my experience? Now I put this in so that the AI Marcus knows how to help you. Okay. Will this work with that hosting? It'll work with any hosting as long as it has WordPress. This works with WordPress doesn't matter where you have your WordPress, but it'll work with any. Then you're going to go through and say, I have a little experience. I set up a blog, or maybe I'm brand new. Okay. Then you hit generate my custom plan. Check this out. Now, this is the part where you would need to be logged into BPN. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to log in, but you'll see how it works. And I think I need to have the proxy logged in. Let me see if the proxy did that, and we'll test it out here in a minute. I just want to see if our proxy edit, let's see here, because we just locked it up today. So I'm going to show you how it works. Let's see. Okay, here. Just want to see if our proxy is working. Analyze. Okay. So it is working. It must just be that one page, I think. Let's double check. Cool. It is working. So whatever reason, it was just that page. So it might just need another click there. Error code. Yeah, it's just something I got to fix. This probably has to do with the proxy because it is on the new one. But what this would do is it would go through and there it goes. Yeah. It would go through and it generate an entire plan based on your stuff. A proxy is a file that talks to another file. So like where my AI is that's making this work, that's the proxy. So once you go in, you'll download your entire blog plan. I think that is probably, yeah, something like that. But that'll give you the whole blog plan, everything like that. Now, as you go through, you're going to click on next. This is literally going to give you a checklist to do everything. All right. So you're like, okay, well, what do I do next? Well, first watch the setup video. Here's a setup video. It'll walk you through everything, show you how it works. Then you're going to go through, right? Really cool. Did I do this myself using AI? I did this with myself. I had my programmer help a little bit, but yeah, most of it was using AI. So now we're going to go through and we're going to do, okay, did I watch the video? Yes. Did I download the theme? No, I did not. So let's download the theme. I think I have the theme. I have it already, so we'll just show you there. Then we go to theme upload page and we just install the theme. Boop, 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 boop. Really easy, right? It's like, okay, no, nothing to worry about. We're just installing it here. What that's going to do is it's going to change the way my blog looks. So right here, it looks like this. It's going to change it to activate. And we're going to go right like this. Yep, there we go. How many guys are like, well, that looks like crap? You're right. It totally looks like crap. That's why we've designed it to be super straightforward. So then we go through, we do our slogan. So if I want to do a slogan, this will pop open right like this. I can put in, okay, what do I want the slogan for? The whole website. Then I'll do, what's my niche? Unicorn floaties. Describe your audience, swimmers, generate titles. This will go through and get you titles. You can copy and paste them as your title and everything like that. Okay. Then we're going to go through, change permalinks. Again, everything opens in a new tab. So it's super, super, super simple. Okay. Then we go like that. And then we're going to go through, install recommended plugins. This is where you'll be able to use all the Blog Profit Network plugins in here, right? Like that. And then boom. How many of you guys are like, dude, this is like it's not even a course. It's like it's installed on my blog telling me what to do, right? So instead of like going to school and then going and figuring out what you got to do, this is like the mechanic pops out of your car and is like, ah, yeah, you know, pipe goes there, buddy. Put that pipe over there. And you're like, yeah, okay, well, I'll put it over there. Hey, what do you know? It worked. It's because the guy told you to put the pipe there. But if you were in school, you'd be like, oh, where is it? Oh, I got a Toyota. Why does that work on my Toyota? This will help you with all that, right? If that makes sense, type 100 in the box. Set home page. So we're going to go through. We'll do this. Set it to static page. Boom. That literally, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I made this for our site designer. Like this is actually an in-house plugin that was created for us. And we are going to show you where to get it today. So now we have that there. And we'll just, when you're done, you'll just save all the settings. Okay. And then what that does is it literally controls your blog so that we're ready for a takeover. Because like I said in the beginning, this is not about blogging. This is about using the platform to make money. I have made 8 figures, good into the 8 figures with this. Okay. With WordPress. A lot of people don't believe it. They're like, don't you need ClickFunnels? I had ClickFunnels for 3 months because I wanted to promote it. For my liking, I found it to be way too complicated. It's way too clunky. I just didn't like it. I got this. This works. I actually run multiple 6-figure businesses, some 7-figure businesses on a $200 software and free WordPress. Far too many people, they get way too in with money before they set something up that actually works. How many of you guys have been there? You're like, I've spent a lot of money. Nothing works. And it doesn't work because you prematurely spent it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it simple. So now we go through and we're like, okay, let's make this thing look good. To do that, you just go, okay, we're done with the checklist. Now we go to general. Oh, I'm going to make a logo. Maybe you are terrible at making logos or you don't want to pay for one. Check it out. You click the thing. This is based on my specifications. I am picky about certain things. What I want is what I want. Other things can slide, but there's a few things I'm super picky on, and those are the things that make money. That's what I put in here. So now we're going to go unicorn floaties for pool. Okay. So now we'll do unicorn floaties for pool. Do I want the domain name in the logo? Let's test it. This is going to go through and make you a logo. Watch how easy this is. We're going to go through and just build this thing out based on data. Not based on, oh, you know, drop shipping's cool. I like shoes. Let me go sell some shoes. No, I got traffic. I got a domain for Unicorn Float. That's why I'm doing it. Super important. Now, check it out. We should have our logo here. Watch how easy this is. It's just literally straightforward. Unicorn. I like it. That's actually pretty cool. How many of you guys are like that? Yeah, I like that. Watch this. Now, we're going to go like this. I'm going to open it in just an editor because I need to chop it. Right? So there's it is. How many of you guys are like, that's pretty cool? Like, how many of you guys are like, that's easy? It literally looked at my blog, made me a logo. It's cute. I'm ready to go. Unicornfloat.com. Boop. File. Save as. Unicorn Float logo. Unicorn Float logo. Save. Okay. If you're ready to do it now, we're going to show you where to get this plugin and everything. And the cool thing is when you're in Blog Profit Network, you could use this on as many sites as you want. I don't care. As long as you own them. If you're going to transfer them to someone else, they need their own VPN account. That's all I ask. Okay. Generate. Okay. We got the logo. So there we go. We're going to do, we're going to upload the logo. And the cool thing about this too, is I'm watching what you guys do. So in Blog Profit Network, we have calls every week. And when you're like, oh, I got stuck over there. Okay. We're going to try to put that in the plugin. It's dynamic, which means we can. So now we're going to go to media. I'm just going to add media file. I'm going to put the Unicorn Float right in here. Right over here. Unicorn Float. There he is. Yay. Just get the little link here. And I made it super easy, so you don't have to upload. You don't have to do code. You just copy and paste, put it here. There you go. So now we just go here, copy the URL, go back into our plugin. Now, generate logo. So I just literally used AI to make a logo and use the plugin to put it on my site. Watch, save. You can see what it looks like in real time. Ta-da, there's our unicorn, okay? We can make it bigger if we want. However we want to do it, pretty cool. I would probably make it a little bit bigger, but we could do that later. It's all super easy dynamic, right? Like you go here and you're like, oh, I want it bigger. Well, then type, 100. There you go. Now it's going to be a little bit bigger. And then if you want to move it over a little bit, it's like a modular couch, right? It's like, put this here, put that there, modular, easy. There you go. Now it's a little bit bigger. So now we're going through and we will fix all this up. I'm going to go back to 6. Let's just do 75. All right. Then I'm going to go hide the post. I always click that. Header alignment. So again, like modular, right? It's a little bit over there. I don't like that. So we're going to move it over a little bit. We'll move it 125. And you'll see what it looks like in real time. Boop. Now it's moving over and a little bit more. Let's go 150. 150. 150. And then once you're done with this, you're ready to go. So now we have this. Save. And let's see. There we go. Cool. Now we're going to go in and we're going to make a background. Okay, just super easy based on conversion. That's all I care about is conversion. The logo is still very small. Yeah, we would make it bigger. Like I'm just showing you how it works. I'd probably tweak it a little bit, make it bigger. Maybe even just, maybe I would do something like this. If this was mine, I'd make him bigger and I'd make the thing unicorn float a bigger. Does that make sense? You guys want to see how I would do that? If you want to see it, let me know. Okay. So yeah, if I wanted to do that, I would just do like eraser, get rid of all this. And I'm not going to make it perfect just because this is for example, and we'll be here all day if I try to make it perfect. Okay. Eraser, let's get a smaller eraser. Right, like that. So if this was my site, I would do image, flip, arrange, flip for horizontal. This is what I would do. And if it was also me, I would make this rainbow, right? Super simple. Unicorn float. So if it was me, I would go through and I'd make it all rainbowy and cute. Okay. But either way, you get the idea, right? I don't want to take all day just making this thing. Okay. I'd probably not have that. Let's do, get rid of that. Yeah. So I'd have the rainbow colors or whatever, right? Simple, save. What logo one? And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like all of this, with the exception of the AI stuff, can be done without having BPN. Like you could make your own logo and put it in here. So there you go. Okay, so now I would go through. Let's put that other one in just so you guys can see. Let's see, where is it? Okay, unicorn float 1. Boom. So this is how I would do it. Okay, simple, easy, basic. And see how easy it is? Like, boop, there we go. Changes it. Save. And here we go. Better. Okay. With it, with the rainbow, it would look nice. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So then I would go through, get a background. So we're going to go here. We're going to do general. We're going to do generate background, right? Like this. And this will generate an AI background. It'll pass the info from your site, so it knows the site it comes from. So we'll do like unicorn, float, pool, floaties, semi-transparent, icons, background, subtle. Let's see what it comes up with. And it knows the size I want. So all of this is all based on the stuff that I want, which is very specific. Like I said, the stuff I want is very, very specific. Okay. That's cool. There you go. Download image. Now we got these here. Watch how easy it is. Literally go to the thing. Boom. Let's get it from right here. Boop, boop. There we go. Get our link. And wait for it. We need this copy button. There we go. Okay, so now we just copy the URL, put this as our background. Boop. I'm going to get this link again because I like to put it in my footer too. Save. Now we are getting somewhere. There we go. Got our unicorn floaties over here. Nice looking. Got our menu up here. Let's tweak our menu a little bit. All right, here, again, it's all based on stuff that we want, not junk, based on what we want. So let's move this over 400, save. A little bit less. We'll move it over 350. 350. 350, save. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to line it up, and it works on mobile perfectly. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. How many of you guys are like, that was easy, right? Now what we do is we go through and we start doing the rest of the stuff. So you go through the rest, fonts, leave this the same. This is based on my conversion stuff, very specific, okay? Then we're gonna go through footer. I'm gonna put that link in the footer. That way it's there. You could also put your disclaimers and affiliate disclosures here. Super, super easy, right? Very basic. Like I don't want you to have to go and look for things and download a million things. I want it simple. How many of you guys are like, yeah, this looks pretty cool. And maybe I'd put a couple unicorns over here, but so far it looks good. Okay, maybe some people in a pool or something. Okay, how many of you guys are like, dude, this is looking pretty sweet. Then we just go through, and I think we're done with our checklist. Footer, put your disclaimers, advanced. Then I could go to bulk post. This is important because I could actually start with my site based on what it ranked for, right? So here we have all these unicorn things. Okay, I could literally just download this. And then, depending on my link structure, okay, open this up here and take all these links. These are all the pages that ranked in Google. So I need to make these pages. If I don't have these pages, it won't re-rank. So I put this in the plugin to make it easy. You just go like this, parse, boom. It's literally going to make these for you, okay? Super simple. So there you go. Now, it'll make, I think it makes thousands of them, which is really cool. And then you're good to go, okay? There's also some other tools in there as well. Aweber Form Creator, Page Creator, plugin installers, and stuff like that. Now, how many of you guys are like, that's pretty cool, right? If you think that's cool, that's just the setup. Now what's going to happen is we're going to go through and we are going to build it. Yeah, so that's going to make a bunch of posts, right? So if we went through and let's say we wanted to make all 98 of those posts, it's going to make the pending posts. So let's just show you what this would look like. Let's see. Because I want to show you in real time. So we would do like this, remove the slugs, and then so it'd be like this. I'm just going to get a list here so you can see how it works. Let's see if it does it for us. And you'll see why this makes sense in a minute. And then what it does is it gives you a straight way to go, okay? You could use any keyword tool for this, or if you get a site from us, we're going to talk to you about Bootcamp in just a minute. Our sites come enabled with it. We give you the reports. We give you everything. What you're going to find is that like Bootcamp is better than buying everything separate, because if you went and got a keyword tool and you went and got a site, you went and you set it up, it's going to cost way more and you're not going to get the help. So what we do is we combine it all in one. And if you feel like you need extra help, type Bootcamp in the box and we'll talk to you about that in a minute. That's where I literally take you through everything for 16 weeks. Like every week we're on a call. You are focused on your site. So I give you a site And then I'm like, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to stay with this site. Week 13, you're going to be like, I don't know if, I'm going to be like, stay with your site. Stay with your site. Well, Marcus, it was really hot out today, and I thought about t-shirts. Nope. Stay with your site. Stay with your site. Keep going with your site. Don't deviate from the path. That's key. So now we're going to go through. Let's say this was our URL list. What this is going to do is it's going to make it's almost like a to-do list. So like if I went here, parse the URLs, now I have a to-do list of 87 posts. It removes all the duplicates, everything like that. We hit create post. It's going to make pending posts. This is where the magic happens. Type show me the magic in a minute, and I'm going to show you the magic, or just type show me the magic. Okay. Yeah, Bootcamp's crazy awesome. We're starting on the 11th, and this time around is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. Like if you're in it to win it and you want to make this work, Bootcamp is the way to go. There's hands down. I understand not everyone can afford Bootcamp. We have Blog Profit Network. Get one of the options, you'll be happy, or just download the free plugins. It doesn't matter. Just get started. So now we're going to do view pending posts. What that did is it made 87 pending posts. So now I go in here, I'm like, what are the best baby pool float brands? Edit. This is where the magic is. Now I'm going to revert back to the old creator because I like the old creator better. But see this here? This is like having me help you. I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So now let me just go back to plugins, and all of this has notes. It all has training. Everything walks you through step by step. So let's do classic. I like this. Install, activate. Come on. Activate. And activate. So what that did is it just made this go back to the old editor. Okay. Slava, you changed the URLs, won't Google see it? So there's a process to do, which would have taken longer. If I was doing this site, yes, I would add those back in. More about that in just a minute. Again, this would take a lot longer of a webinar if we went through that. Most sites don't have that URL structure. You'll see that over here. The Unicorn Float one does. Most of them don't. Like if you go like buy jet skis online, probably going to be just a straight up structure where you do pages. So like that one, see how that's straight up or just shop or something. Most of them will just have that basic way. Here's Best Friend Essentials. This one you're going to see here. And after doing this for a long time, I would say that 8 out of 10 have the link structure that's easy. And if not, we have a plugin for that. Just sit tight. So now, and it's part of Blog Profit Network as well. So now we're going to go through and we're going to build this out. Let's see, we had this here. So now watch this. All we have to do is be like, okay, I need content for the best baby pool floats. Okay, let's create some content. This actually knows the post you're on. See? What are the best baby pool floats? There you go. Boom. Start writing. This will literally use the AI and it'll walk you through it in a way that makes perfect sense. Okay, does that make sense? Where it's like, okay, now I'm going to generate titles. Because a lot of people, they do like this bulk junk where they just create content because they think they need more content. Newsflash, the internet doesn't need more content, right? The amount of AI content that is shit, it's huge. We want specific. So what we're going to do is we're going to generate the title, and we'll do the title here. Let's do intent. Let's see here. Let's go here. Great content. And I'm going to unlock the proxy real quick. And let's see, where's the proxy? Blog Profit Network. I think that is what's messing it up. Where was that? Blog Profit. A member admin. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to unlock this, which will be good for you because that means you could probably test this plugin, till I lock it again, which would be kind of cool. So let's do admin. And where is it? Folders. This should do it. Blog Profit Network. Forum support, that one. Edit. Let's do, I think this should fix it. If not, we'll put it in a different one. Okay. Let's do create content. See if it wants to do that. Okay. And then what this will do is it's going to walk you through the entire content building process. And let me see if this one is doing the proxy or not. Sometimes you have an issue with your proxy. Organic traffic is a long-term strategy. Are you also going to show us how to generate pay-per-click? Yes, this shows you everything and social media. Because when you go in here and you're like, okay, I create my content, this literally walks you through the content process and creates content for you. Then when you go in and you're like, oh, show me the intent of people searching for this. What this will do is it'll be like, oh, the reason people would look for this is X, Y, and Z. Here's how to make it work. Okay, super cool. Next up, this will help you with your SEO. So it'll actually look at your page after you're done writing it, and it'll tell you what you can do better, but not like add more keywords, because that does not work. More like, oh, go over here and post on a forum. Go over here and do this. Go over here and do that. And see how it shows you, oh, here you go. Go to Reddit, pools, post in there. Here's the post to use. Here's some related content. Here's FAQs you can add. So here's content you could literally just copy and paste into your blog, and then boom, here you go. Right? Are you guys seeing how easy this is? And then when you're done, go to the SEO, it'll give you an audit. It'll look at the entire thing. It'll say, okay, if I want to rank for baby pool float, what would I need? And it runs in its own little box so that you don't get lost. Right? Does that make sense to everyone? And now it's going to go through and do all this. Next, you go through and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not getting traffic like I thought I would. Okay, let's spin this to social media. This is important because now I can take the best baby pool float brands. It knows the page I'm on. It'll go through and generate all of the stuff for you. And this is because it's not posted. All I would need to do is post. So you just do publish. And then once it's published, obviously you need it published, you would go through and then boom, here we go. It's been great seeing the lead up to the plugin launch. This should be fun. Yeah, this is going to be insane. And like Blog Profit Network is on ClickBank, so you could even sell this and get paid, which is crazy. So now it's going to look at it and be like, okay, let me get Instagram carousel ideas based on this. Boom, here it goes. And here we go. Right, like this. You sell it as a ClickBank affiliate. Okay, so now will it be able to generate TikTok as well? Yes, TikTok is, I think we need to add that one. So here's the idea, slide one, bright sunny image of a baby happily floating and a cool, this, text overlay, all of this. It literally goes through and gives you the whole thing. Baby pool float buying guide. Baby pool float brands. Safety first, fun always. See how this is like, dude, this is next level. Or let's say you're like me and you want to send an email to your list, that helps them with it. Create an email. It's going to read that blog post, generate an email to get people to the blog post. Summer's here. Is your baby pool float really safe? There you go. I mean, how many of you guys are like, dude, this is crazy. It even puts the links in there for you. How many of you guys are like, dude, this is insane. Next, you can turn it to video. It's going to go through and tell you how to make your post a video. And it'll literally walk you through everything. I wanted this to be the next best thing to like, here I am in your blog, helping you every step of the way. Here we go. Video thumbnail, baby pool float, safe summer fun, intro and hook, blog post tease. There you go. A roll of a smiling host, bright summery vacation, poolside garden. voiceover. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Summer's here. That means pool time, but keep your little ones. I mean, do you guys see how it's like everything? There you go, right? It'll even generate a thumbnail. Watch this. This is crazy. Did I write this software? Yes, I did. I wrote it with AI. And ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys think if you could write, oh my God, that's pretty freaking good. How many of you guys think if you could write software like this, you'd be able to just like make money? Then join bootcamp. If that's you, trust me, join bootcamp. We are teaching you how to do this. I have Alina on staff. She's walking us through this. We have a lot of people that are teaching this stuff in bootcamp. This round of bootcamp is going to be the best ever. And I've been doing bootcamp since 2009. So 16 years. This is by far going to be the best. See how that works? Or you could just change the thumbnail if you don't like that one. What are the best baby float brands? Super simple. Monetization ideas. This is big. When you click monetization, this is based on my stuff. It's not like it's just going to ChatGPT. It's going to ChatGPT that was taught by Marcus. Monetization, boom. It's going to look at this post. Why? Because monetization is at the post level. It is not site-wide. It's post level. Okay? It's going to go through. It'll review your content. Then it'll go through and find the affiliate offers for it. Man. Oh, I got to publish it, I think. Got something in my throat. So now we go through. This will look at all of the stuff. There it goes. And it will make, it should be doing it. Let's see. Why is it not doing that? It could just be the API call. But what it'll do, it actually finds affiliate offers for you, which is super cool, right? And it'll go through, it'll look at ClickBank, it'll look at this, it'll look at that, it'll look at everything. Then it'll go through, create an infographic. This will create an infographic so you could go and post it on Pinterest and get people to your blog post. The idea here is I want to have multiple ways for people to go to my site. And this is it. Like if it doesn't rank, here's my infographic. Download it as an image. There you go. If you don't like it, you say, make it more fun. Boom. Get rid of all stars. Will you have an affiliate connection for the BPN? It's through ClickBank. So yeah, you could do that. And will we get this actual software? This is the software. So then we're going to go through and we're going to do generate a Johnson box. This is based on sales and getting people to actually read your content. And it'll literally be like, oh, I want quick stats or whatever. And it'll show you. So top baby pool floats, a buyer's guide. Discover this. Here's what you're going to learn. Or these are all the things you'd use. Let's do quick stats. This will probably have stats of like babies drown in the pool or whatever. You need floaties. It'll have all that stuff. Or you could do in this report or sales box. Right. So this will be for problem, agitate, solve. Super simple. Then you can find deep links. What does this do? Now, I know this one's not going to work because there's not links on this. This looks through your blog for posts that are similar. Okay, so like, watch, if I do this on WP City, we'll go here. Let's see, am I logged in there? Yeah, like this one here. And I go to edit. Let's do hot blogging, or let's do SEO. So if I do this one here, what the AI is going to do is it's going to look at my entire sitemap, and then it's going to pull links that are similar so that I could put those in for related posts. So watch this. Look at that. So now I could just put this right on the bottom of the post. Google's going to love it because it's related stuff. Boop, there we go. Put this down here, recommended reading, or instead of the conclusion. Now I got links. How many of you guys are like, dude, this is next level. This is something where, I mean, like my goal was to put me in your blog. And sky's the limit. I can see why you have 3,000 domains. Okay, I need to fix my link. I think it's the little dots there. Let's see here. There we go. But yeah, that's the basic idea. It goes through and does all this. Does that make sense? Yeah, this is totally like sick, as Kay says. So this is the idea. And so the idea is to go through and be like, now you can have this on all your blogs, and it's going to help you through everything. It'll help you write content. It'll help you understand how to monetize. In addition to that, we actually went through and changed the Blog Profit Network members area. So instead of just a forum, let's see, VPN right here. Instead of a forum, now you have this, right? So first thing you do is you download the plugin, because that's the next level thing. Then you go through, this is going to teach you how to find a niche and a domain. So there's training on everything. You also get domains and stuff. Okay. Next, set up your blog. This training does your blog setup. Do content creation. This walks you through content. All the links here show you what you need. It's all super detailed. Like, I'm literally walking you through everything. We have SEO optimization. Boom. There you go. Ready to go. Good stuff. Videos teaching you literally everything. Like this, we took everything and thought of everything you need to make this work. And if that's not enough, you get calls every Tuesday. So you come on every Tuesday, you're like, hey, dude, my blog didn't rank. Can you help me? Which is really cool. So this one was for getting traffic. So this teaches you all the different traffic methods, which is great. That's a lot of long videos. Well, you either want to do this or not. I guarantee you probably spend more time watching videos that don't matter. So you might as well watch them that does matter. 45 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes. I don't think it's too much. I mean, you either want to make a living at this stuff or you want to play. This is, I think, both, but you know, you're pretty good. Does it need Aweber? It does not. SEO one, I think that's like a 30-minute one. Blog plugins, this is where you get the plugins. This is where it shows you how to find affiliate offers. This is a very important training on why I like the ones I like. Okay, that was a joke. Well, good, Dave. But yeah, hey guys, it's through. This talks about how to do your affiliate offers and everything, which is really cool. Okay, go through and they'll be like, I think you're going to find Blog Profit Network to be ridiculously inexpensive. Like, what would you guys think this entire thing would cost? I mean, gurus sell this kind of stuff for like $5,000. In our boot camp, it's not $5,000, but it's not cheap. But this, I wanted to make it affordable for everyone. I wanted to make it something that if you really want to do this, this is the ticket. Now, in addition to that, we have also AI tools specific. Watch this. This content tool is a keyword strategy tool. Literally, you just drag and drop keyword reports. It'll do all the work for you. Also, we have Niche Vision. This tool alone is worth the price of the entire thing. I'm just saying, we built it for in-house. What this does is it literally does your content plan based on your keywords. Watch this. So we'll go here. I'll get my keyword report. I think I had it here. So if we get the keyword report for the unicorn one, I just drag and drop it. Boom. Ignore. I don't know why it just likes to ignore stuff. This takes all your posts, shows you the ones that are not live, so you know what you need to do. And watch. Baby neck round float strategy. Let's get a strategy. It's going to go through. I think I need to fix our API. But yeah. I think we changed. Oh, that's why we changed the API on that. Let's see here. I'll give you the real one. So Niche Vision 3. Like I said, I just built this morning, this part. But let me show you the working one. So now we're going to go through like this. Yes, ignore. And when you do strategy, watch this. I want a strategy for that specific post. Boom, there we go. Okay, target audience, search intent, commercial investigation, keyword suggestions, related article ID. I mean, how many of you guys are like, this is insane, right? Also, you could do affiliate offers. Oh, arm float, affiliate. It'll probably say Amazon and stuff like that, but it'll probably find some others too. Now we're going to go through and do sun protection gear, water safety, swimming lessons. I'm glad it thought of that. Post-swim comfort care products, Nice. Let's do baby seat float affiliate. Now we're going to do sun protection, water toys for babies, quick dry baby towel. Oh, that's a good idea. Then we're going to go through. Now that's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. I'm a member of Mensa and put in the word. There you go. So we have all these. Now, what I did is I built this as I did my work. Do you guys get that? Like I built this as I did the work so that you could do the work too. Like it wasn't just, let me make this cute tool. It was, oh shit, here's something I do every day that people need to do. Here it is. And AI does it. So now we went through and we're like, okay, what's our niche? Baby floaties for pool. Generate slogan. Okay, watch how this is important. There we go. Whatever. It is. I don't care so much about that. That's not my favorite part. Generate categories. I freaking love this. Why? It's going to give me, here you go. Sunshade, age, unicorn, floating, baby neck. If it knows. Now you could put your manual affiliate offers if you want, or you could go through and have the AI find your affiliate offers. Boop, 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 boop. Then we do generate direct titles. This is important. There's a reason it's here. Why? This is your plan to write the content based on the keyword report. Then remove duplicates. So now we have 92, 88. Now I'm not going to have duplicate. Then it'll give you instructions for content. So I could just use this and start writing content. Now, this is super important. This, again, I've been doing this for 25 years. I know what I need. I know what I want. When I train an employee, I'm like, here's what you do. And I'm like, don't do that. Do this. Do it exactly this way. If you don't do it exactly this way, I'm going to get mad because that's what works. I don't really get mad. I'm pretty nice. But at any rate, this will give you the strategy. Then let's say you get a niche and you have all 88 posts on there. And you're like, well, I got 88. What now? What do I do now? Well, I need new blog post ideas that don't include the ones that I already have. This goes through. I can click 100. It's going to make 100 new ones that don't duplicate the others. Do you guys see how powerful that is? And how many of you guys are like, dude, holy crap, that's what I need. That's exactly what it is. So baby floaties for sensitive skin, float safety guide, all new stuff. Okay. How many of you guys are like, dude, this is it. AI content overview. And it has copy buttons. That was important because like I need to copy and save things. There's little things I'm a pain in the ass about that other people don't really know unless you work here. Like one is being able to download things in a very quick way. I work fast. I don't work slow. I work fast. So now we're going through and we're like, okay, generate an overview, copy. I could paste this wherever I want it. Pinterest pin ideas. Boom. Clickbait title ideas. This is important because clickbait gets traffic. Now, I'm not going to do clickbait where I lie to people. I'm going to do clickbait to get people in so they read my stuff that's good. That's why I do it. So here's our Pinterest pin. Clickbait title ideas. Watch this. Now we're going like this. And we're going to see here. And go here. Let's see what we got. So we got shocking truth about baby neck floats they don't want you to know. Baby float fails, what not to do this. I mean, how many of you guys are like, dude, this is so cool. Now, watch this. You want to visualize your niche? Let's wait for this. Generate keyword wheel. Boop. Oh, we got to get a category. Let's get all the I usually choose all the categories. Watch what this does. Like, how many of you guys are like, this one tool right here is worth the whole price of the thing? Like you're like, that, give me that tool. Type, give me that tool. Now we're going to go here. Look at this. By armbands, Intex, armband, month, year, baby. So all the arm floats by weight, according to baby, year, month. Here's another one, inflatable pool float, swimsuit floating. I mean, do you guys see how this is important? Unicorn floats. There's all the unicorn ones. Okay. So this thing, and you can even download it. Again, like I said, I made these tools for me to use. So like, makes it pretty cool. PDF and doc conversion. So someone just asked, how do you make good Pinterest pins? You want to see how to do it? What I do is I use like Manus or something, and I'm going to use a PDF, or you can outsource it, or you can make them yourself. It's up to you. It's not that hard to do. What I do is I get a big PDF. So we'll do, I think I have one in here. There we go, slideshow. Or let's do quote. I think I had like AI quotes slide. Quotes, maybe. There's one I did for AI. There it is. So this here, what it did is it made a giant slideshow based on AI quotes. Okay. And do you guys see why that would be valuable? And I think, let's see, where's the big one? I know I have like a big slideshow somewhere. Let's see, index should have like 100 of them. The view all files. Okay, where's view all files? But what this does is it takes a like a PDF and breaks it up. So like this, it would actually make all 100 of these a bunch of slides. Let's see, AI skills, maybe this one. I want to give you a good example that has a bunch. Okay, so this has a few. Just imagine it has like 100 and you'll see the power of this. Let's see, slides. Let's see if they have a better one. Over your niche market. So here's a niche market slideshow it did. View. There we go. Did this do? I don't know where they're at. Let me see if I can find it in my downloads. But what'll happen is you'll use this and it'll build the whole thing out for you. Let's see, downloads. Slide. Or maybe it'd be called Manus. Manus? Yeah, it's for pins. I'm going to show you how easy it is. And okay, so Manus. PDF, maybe PDF. I know I have some good ones here. And then what it would do is just take that PDF and split it up, which is super, super important. It'd do Pinterest, it'd do pins, it'd do Instagram, like everything. What we wanted is it to spin it into what we want, right? So the idea here is I could put in my slogan, baby pool floaties, or let's do baby pool safety tips. Okay, you put your unicorn floaties.com, and I'll show you how this works. We'll make a new one. Let's just do new task. Make a 25-part slideshow vivid about baby pool safety. And this will make it, and I'll show you how that works. So we'll come back to that. I'll show you it. But all these tools here make it so basic to go through everything, which is so cool. The software is great. How do I get to work with you to get a shortcut? So if you want to do boot camp, that's the best way to work with me. That is the more expensive of the option. So I'll give you the boot camp link here. Boot camp is a 16-week class where we're going to go through all of this together for 16 weeks. And once you get it, now you just do it on other sites, make it work. And with the 16 weeks, what you do is you do something and you come back and you show me what you did and I help you with it. And then you adjust, you come back the next week. We come over different things. We're going to talk about video. We're going to talk about AI software. We're going to talk about making tools, everything. If you want to build a business online and you can afford boot camp, do it. If you can't, I understand. we have inexpensive options for you. Bootcamp is starting in, I think, 8 days. Let me see if I can find the link. Bootcamp. Okay. Here is the bootcamp link right here. So this is the bootcamp link, and then I'll get you the Blog Profit one as well. So the plugin's not going to be on the forum. It's a big button on the new members area. It'll look like this. It'll look like, let's see. This here. Okay. So you just download it right here. That plugin will also get you the theme. I'll show you where to download it free at the end. Again, the free version is fantastic. It works. It just doesn't give you the AI-enabled stuff unless you activate, which is cool. It's pretty inexpensive. So let me get you guys the link for BPN. Now, Bootcamp is starting in 8 days. If you guys want to work with me, and this training has showed you, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this a long time, and you want a direction. What we do in Bootcamp is I give you a niche. I give you a good domain name. So like someone in Bootcamp could do the Unicorn Floaty one. Someone in Bootcamp could do one of the others, right? Showing you some of the others. I have like a code learning. This is going to be perfect for AI. This is all about how to learn code. This is going to be huge in the age of AI. It ranks for all kinds of stuff. You build it up, you make it work. Pretty basic. It actually is getting traffic now. So that's one where you're good to go. There's other ones as well, like driver's license for people that have issues with driver's license. Yes, Bootcamp will activate the tool. With Bootcamp, we will give you 1 year of activated tool. So you'll get it for a whole year, use it on as many sites as you want. You're good to go. Now, unlike other tools, if you stop paying, the tool still works as it is. Like I hate when I buy something and it's like, oh, well, all your crap's deleted. I hate when companies do that. So I took that out of mine, which means you deactivate or you stop paying for the plugin. Everything you built still works. You just can't do new stuff. I thought that was fair. Can you have the tool without Bootcamp? Yes. So you can get the tool without Bootcamp. There's a free version. I'll give you a link to the end. Doesn't have the AI. And then there's Blog Profit Network. Blog Profit Network is $127 one time and then $37 a month. You get the tools. You don't even need an AI tool. Like it is your AI tool. Would I recommend having an AI? Well, yeah, probably, right? But if all you had was the $37 a month and you couldn't afford anything else, you could do that. So the Blog Profit Network link is right here. I'm going to get you guys this. The plugin is available now. There are bugs that are going through, as you saw, the APIs and stuff. I just packaged it today, but it is dynamic. So let me know if you see an error. We will fix it. I think there was only 2 errors out of the whole thing that we got. Here's 2 people that are rabid Blog Profit Network fans. This guy buys domains. This guy's been doing everything. You probably heard Matt if you've seen any of my calls. But really cool. So you're going to go here. You're going to join Blog Profit Network. You click add to cart. It's going to take you to the ClickBank. If you don't like it, you get a refund. This is the only product I have refunds on. Pretty cool. Now, I'm still on my proxy, which is why we're getting Australia prices. But let me turn that off so you can see what it looked like. So it would be right here. You would just fill this out. Boom, you'll get instant access. Are we learning affiliate or e-commerce also? We do teach e-commerce. Now, if you're looking to do heavier e-com stuff, I would recommend Bootcamp. Like if you can afford it, Bootcamp is by far the best option because you're getting me, you're getting a site, you're getting a direction. We're putting a stop to info overload because I'm giving you a direction. So in Bootcamp, we go through, like after you sign up today, let me give you the Bootcamp. Bootcamp is $12.97. So it's like less than $100 a week. You get a bunch of tools, you get a site. Bootcamp, did I spell that right? Let me get you the link. Bootcamp. And it is limited. Since we're starting next week, we need to get you signed up as soon as possible. So there's that. Okay. Do you help us in getting accepted with physical networks? We do. Info overload has drowned you. So if you're struggling with info overload, get Bootcamp, because what we're going to do is we're going to give you the niche, right? So like in Bootcamp, yes, this is, make sure it says 2025 down here. I just haven't changed the link, but up here. Okay. What we would do is we'd start you with something where it's like, okay, mental strength professional, or let's say Shake Slim. Okay. This is for weight loss. Pretty simple. Ian, so if you pay $127 and $37 a month, do you get the AI part as well? Yes, that is the AI enabled one. And if you get Bootcamp, we give you a full year of the AI enabled plugin. Bootcamp is by far the best. I mean, if you can swing it, that's the one that my most successful students have gone through. They love it. It works great. It's a small group of like 30 to 50 people. It's very tight knit. And think about it this way. Dynadot said Unicorn Float was worth $5,500. Okay. I think that's high. I mean, to be honest, I would say 500 to 1,000 would be my range for that. Okay. So let's say you signed up for Bootcamp. You got a domain that's worth 500 or $1,000. Okay. Obviously it's not worth anything till you sell it, but you get the domain, you get to go through the whole course, you get all the tools, you get all the plugins, you get my personal support, you're on calls every week. I mean, it kind of seems like you're getting the better end of the deal. Clive says Bootcamp worked for me. Clive just talked to me yesterday. I think you got your ClickBank going. You're still making money with that. Amazing. Gladys says, is Bootcamp the same as the high ticket niches? It is not. High ticket niches is where we build the niche. Bootcamp is where we take you through the whole thing. Some people are asking for a payment plan on Bootcamp. If enough people need it, I can do it. Is there anyone else who needs a payment plan? Okay. Would 3 work? I think I can make one. I'll try. It might be a very ugly link, but I will try to make one. Let me see. And is anyone upgrading from a high ticket niche? If you are, we do have an upgrade link. Yeah, almost. I can't go that low. I would say start with Blog Profit Network if that's you. Like if you can't afford the high ticket niche or the Bootcamp, just start with the Blog Profit Network. Like we have boot camps 2 or 3 times a year, so you're good. Let me see. Okay, so if you have a high ticket niche and you want the upgrade link, type upgrade. So the difference between high ticket niche and Bootcamp is going through it for 16 weeks. Like it's a full course. Okay, so let me get the link there. Blog Profit Network link again. That is blogprofitnetwork.com. So use this. Let me get you guys the upgrade link. I want to make sure it's changed itself. I think it did. Yes, it did. Okay, so here is the Bootcamp upgrade link. So like Gladys, you have a high ticket niche. This would be your upgrade. So we'll do upgrade link Bootcamp. So I'm away. Is there another one after this one? There is. What I usually do if people are away for a little bit is I ask that you go through it, get the replays. So like there's replays and stuff. We take care of you. If you go through this Bootcamp and you don't feel like you got enough help because you were away or whatever reason, we just put you in the next one. Like we're super fair here. We try to give, I mean, I've had people who come to me and they're like, I bought a site from you 3 years ago and I never requested the site. We still build them, right? Is upgrade included in new domain? So upgrade still included. What does that mean? Franklin, if you did all that, it's, yeah, we have records of everything. The plugin on the scene zip. Okay, sit tight. We're looking at that there. And let me see. And I'll try to make a little payment plan for the Bootcamp. Let's see. But Bootcamp is unlike anything else. What about AI Profit Scoop? I signed up at the beginning, never got a site. So AI Profit Scoop doesn't come with a site. It comes with a domain. You have to request it. But yeah. Let's see. I really want to do boot camp since it's the best odds of success, but I don't have time until probably October, November. You'll be fine. I think you'll be okay. What I would do in that case is when you get back, watch the replays, schedule a call with me. I'll get you up to speed. If you still feel like it was rushed, we'll just put you in the next boot camp. Let's see. How about Simple Sites upgrade to boot camp, David? Is that what you're looking for? Is High Tickets domain going to be used if I upgrade, or will be a new one? It's your choice. You can get a new one if you want, or if you want to use the old one, you can do that. We do the best we can with what we have. So like, if your domain's good, we'll get you more content for it. If you choose to. If not, we'll get you a different one. I know there's a new version. Yeah. But yeah, boot camp, it sells out every time we do it. It's very, very strategic. We work with you. I mean, you get a site, you get the whole 9 yards, everything. Okay, let's get is there a list of domains for bootcamp? I can go through that in a minute. Let me get the payment plan link real quick. I'm going to try to do that. I don't have any of my team here, so I'm going to try to get it. Let's see, legacy order forms. I think I have a bootcamp one. Boot pay plan. With Bootcamp, do we get the AI-enabled plugins? Yes. That's like you guys get the best of the best of the best. Is training on the unicorn for the day over? I think so. I think we're good on that one. Did anyone have any questions about that? Okay, so I do have a Bootcamp link here. It is a 3-pay plan. Bootcamp. It's an older link, so it's not the prettiest link. But here's the pay plan boot camp. There you go. But yeah, this boot camp, when we did our tools class, people went nuts because it was just so advanced. That's what Clive used. He did like a little tool. I have another guy who did a tool who's doing fantastic with it. And all of that stuff works. So on the 11th, it's going to be, I think, 3 o'clock. Yeah, pretty sure it's 3 o'clock. Let me double check. The 11th is what? Yeah, so it'll be 3 o'clock on the 11th. Bootcamp is a great plan, and you learn more than you think you could ever learn. And imagine this time with the AI tools and everything. Like, we are going to teach you how to build what I did in Blog Profit Network. If I brought a HTN in the past, would I? Yeah, Robert, you're good. If you ever bought a high ticket niche, you can use the upgrade. So use this link for your upgrade, and make sure you do it now and tell me your HTN domain as well. Upgrade. So use that there. All right. So let's get some other questions. And I'm positive this thing's going to sell out by the 11th. We're pretty close already. Time commitment. The calls are 2 hours a week. I would say budget another 2 to 4 hours. So Bootcamp, we cover everything. We cover how to find a niche, how to buy a domain, how to sell a domain, how to use AI to make content, how to build up the site, how to look at the affiliate offers, how to build software and tools, how to do mailing lists, pretty much everything from the ground up. And some stuff that you don't even know you're going to learn, and I don't know I'm going to teach until we get into it. Because someone might be, like last time we had someone who did a site that needed a specific type of AI tool, and we just went in and built the tool for them, and we showed everyone how to do it. What you're going to learn is skills that will, in my opinion, be extremely valuable in the age of AI, where before you don't have these. And this is something that's going to be very specific. Jim, don't worry if you're Monday, if you're working, it is recorded. And we do have other calls you can be on. So with Bootcamp, you get access to 3 calls a week. Okay. What I would say do is watch the replay of the Bootcamp. And then I'm going to give you a secret. If you're in Bootcamp, show up on the Thursday morning call. That one, very small, tight knit. It's a great call. ask the questions you would have asked live on the other one. How much is affiliate commission on ClickBank? It is 50%, I believe. Yeah. How much can we expect to make monthly after boot camp? 0. I don't promise any income. Anyone who ever promises you income, run away, because nobody can promise you any income. Let's see. Can we buy the upgrade later? It'll probably be sold out. If you can do it now, that's probably your best option. Okay. All right. And Blog Profit Network. Did everyone get that link for those who want the plugin? Let's see, blogprofitnetwork.com. You're going to use, I'll give you the direct link. Copy link address. So here is blogprofitnetwork.com, Blog Profit Network. So here's the direct link. You can use that. And with Blog Profit Network, like, you get a domain. So, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, you could get the plugin, you could build your site, you can get a domain. I'm out money. You can get a refund and be like, I just screwed Marcus over. If you want. Now, I would say don't do that, because there's a lot more benefit to staying in it. But we make our programs to where the ball is in your upper hand, where it's like, okay, you're getting a better value. Like, you go through boot camp, you're getting a site, you're getting a domain. We're helping you with info overload. You're getting past all the struggle. We're building the stuff up with you. Bada bing, bada boom, you're ready to go. All you have to do is show up. Yeah, Tiffany, it is crazy. It's like the craziest thing ever, where Blog Profit Network is just, it's almost silly. And I mean, I'll be fully transparent. I want you to join Blog Profit Network because I want you to eventually get boot camp. Now, am I going to tell you you have to have it? No, you don't. You can do just fine with BPN. A lot of people do. But I have an ulterior motive, and that's to get you to upgrade to boot camp, because I think that's our best plan ever. Link to the free version, blogprofitnetwork.com. Scroll to the bottom, right here. But yeah, check out the AI enabled version. I think you're going to love it. All right, Tanya upgrade. Is it Toyin upgraded? There's a mistake. It links to the new theme. It shouldn't. There's the theme. There's the plugin. It should be one and the same. I'll have to check on that. Let me see if I can change that. Let's see. VPN, edit. Let's see. Theme. What's the available? I'll get you the domains in a minute to show you what's available. We have a lot. Let's see. So that would be Toyin, just ignore that. And I deleted it because you don't want to share that link. Is there a difference between word, domain, and URL? I have never heard a difference between those. Okay, let's see here. We got, what do we got? This here. I'm going to try to fix this. I'm trying to multitask. Just bear with me. Let's see, reload, get the VPN plugin here, Control F. VPN plugin here. Get the VPN plugin here, VPN plugin. Save. The plugin I'm sending in just a minute. And if you sign up for bootcamp, let me know so that I can get a head count, because I'm sure we are going to go pretty quick. Okay, so let's do this here. Can I participate in bootcamp without purchasing high ticket niches, or does high ticket niches come first? Yeah, you don't, like, you could join bootcamp whether you have a high ticket niche or not. Like, new people can join bootcamp. Let me get you the link in just a minute. I'm trying to multitask here. Pardon my dust. Okay, it should work now. Yes, now it's working. Okay, cool deal there. Let's see what else we got. Okay, Gladys joined bootcamp. Awesome. Good to have you in there, Gladys. I'm waiting for you to train your own AI model from your brain and start selling access to that. That's pretty much what this is. Like, I ain't gonna lie. BPN is released now. Like if you go and you log in, it goes to the new members area. So let's do high ticket, or no, sorry, Blog Profit Network, or no, what is it? Boot Camp. There we go. Boot Camp. So you can join this whether you have a high ticket niche or not. Doesn't matter. You just get started there. That is by far the best training program. You're going to spend money on stuff anyway. And it's just, I mean, you just got to get in there and say, I'm willing to do the work. In the long run, it'll save you money and teach you a lot. And look at it as a training. Do you have any clippers yet? Can I clip your content? We do have some clippers. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Just, disclaimer and everything. That's all we ask. If we get the boot camp, can we get the BPN? Yes, Dayanard, you do get the BPN with the boot camp. So if you sign up for boot camp, you will get a year of it. It's manual, so just wait a minute and we'll set that up for you. But yeah, the boot camp is by far the best. Like that's one where you just go through and you work it and you ask questions and you show, like if you show up, I'll show you everything I know. And all you got to do is go here. This says 24, but this one will say 25. So you just use this, put your name, last name, email, put all your info there. We'll get you the logins, we'll get you everything and go from there. Can we get BPN monthly payments with Blog Profit Network? What does that mean? Access? Yeah, I'm still not sure what you mean because it is a monthly one. So that's why I'm a little confused. Yep. And remember, Bootcamp comes with a site, which makes it crazy value. Just tried to log in, takes me to the forum. So click on, you're going to go log in. And then you want this page, click on support. Can we get BPN? So BPN and Blog Profit Network are the exact same thing. That's the same program. Link site. Yeah, so for the domains, you would go to domaintoolbar.com and you can see the domains that are available. Domaintoolbar.com, right like this. You could search by niche. So like we have some really good ones lately, like mattress one. Not sure if it's updated there. Or you could go through and look at like zingers. These are ones that have a lot of traffic. So like best gear for nurses, personality tests, artificial astroturf, compare meds. That's a good one for like a med saving kind of thing, which is really cool. Cold hot air. This is an HVAC one. Convert chart. This one had a bunch of rankings. This one was pretty solid. Support link sends me back to login page. Check your membership. If it's not active, that could be the issue. So like this one had a bunch of links here, bunch of rankings. Let's see, top pages, keywords. So it actually had traffic too. And let's see, it was like different size charts, which would be good for AI stuff. I think it was, let's see, 2024, 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Had 12,000 rankings in Google, which is pretty cool. Let's do USA. Yeah, so like all kinds of size charts and things like that. We have domains for CPU and GPU. This is going to be hot for AI stuff, which is pretty cool. Login details will come via email, so just sit tight. It'll come closer to the 11th. Eat, read, cruise for cruises. Some of them are taken, like these two are mine. Here's a faucet one, golf, travel bags, learn different languages. Maternity care, that's a pretty good one. Mother baby care. That's a very popular niche. Let's see here. VPN plugin works in the Blog Profit Network. Yes. I'll be joining. Finally made money. Cool. Yeah, so see, this is all pregnancy stuff, which is pretty solid. Good niche. I mean, it had traffic. 1,300. Pregnancy test. There's just a lot of good stuff here. And looking at the values of the niche. These values, we're working on the algorithm for that. but I would say go to like GoDaddy or something and test them. Let's see, speaker guide, that was a pretty good one. E-bikes, routers, pet stuff, sewing machine. Am I teaching how to sell domains in boot camp? Yes, we are teaching how to sell domains. What I usually ask people, Heidi, is give me your top 5 domains. Like whatever 5 you think is the best, tell me them, and I'll evaluate where you're at. Usually from the 5, I can tell. Can we get a Zinger as part of a boot camp? If it's available, yes. Yeah. Like a lot of these Zingers would be part of boot camp. Yeah. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head which ones are available. So I don't want to like promise one and have it be someone else's. But yeah, boot camp, I mean, you look at the values of some of them and it's like, dude, this is crazy. Oh, cool. You joined this morning. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys, any other questions while you're getting signed up for the old boot camp there? How many people in boot camp? Usually about 50. And that's usually a good number. It's like 8 to 10 that are actively asking questions per call. So it's a good number. Not too many, not too few. I find that if you have too few, it just ends up being like a boring webinar. If you have too many, it's overcrowded. But yeah. You know how soon my VPN access will be fixed? I put in a ticket. I would have to check with Tina. I don't know. I don't have access to that, but it's usually pretty quick. What's a Zinger? So a Zinger is a domain that has a good value and also good rankings. So like Sewing Machine Guru, okay, that's a decent name. Does it have rankings like this? That's on point. It's about maternity. The keyword's about maternity. It had traffic. The domain works. Rankings work. That's a Zinger. Whereas something like, let's say, AI Money Factory, okay, that doesn't have any rankings. Or maybe something else that's not as specific. Best travel activities. Do I have that one in here? Do I have that one in here? I don't know if that one's in here. I don't see it. That probably, unless it had a lot of traffic. Yeah, I don't see that one in here. I don't know where you found that one. But if it didn't have a lot of traffic, that would not be considered a Zinger. Zinger is like one that I believe is sellable, has traffic, very niche specific, something very, very on point. So that's what we're looking for. What is the upper limit value for free domain included in Bootcamp? It depends. Like it just depends on what there is. What I would say is find the one you want. I'll let you know if we can make it work. Because these values, this tool is not the best for values. I don't know where it pulls them from. So like this one, homework, whatever that is, probably worth more than that. This one might be worth less. It just depends. What is my magic approach to choose a Zinger product? Like for these, so hire PHP developers. So this one here is a very good domain. Would it be a Zinger? No. It's good. Would it be a Zinger in terms of the name and the product and the idea? 100%. Why? What I would do with this is I would promote onlinejobs.ph, and that has a ridiculously good affiliate program. Does that make sense? Tony, if you want to do it that way, yeah. Or you can get a domain from us. Either way. Okay. Let's see, other questions here. Cool. Yeah, and this one, like hire PHP developers, that's a good name. I think it's probably sellable. And it also ties into like freelance. Like this would be a really good one to work on now because the AI people are going to want to hire PHP developers. Like that is what they're going to want to do. It's pretty straightforward. You just go and make it work. All right. Any other questions on bootcamp? We do want to get you signed up because we are starting very soon. I think we're going to have one more sales call for it. So, I mean, this is a good chance. Do we need an Ahrefs to do this to be in bootcamp? No. In bootcamp, we will pull the reports for you. So with your domain, you'll get all the reports and all the info and all the good stuff for your site. Okay. Will BPN still be available or is it limited? It'll always be available. I mean, you're probably going to get more perks by joining up now because we're testing tools. Some of them will stay, some of them will not stay. So, I mean, you'll get access to things other people probably won't. Will this video be available for download? Probably. All right, Norm, make sure you get signed up for bootcamp if you're going to be joining us. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the tool for the this. So the idea behind that tool is to be able to download a PDF and convert it into social posts. So watch how cool this is. We take this, drag and drop this here. We have our info in. It takes all of the PDF stuff, turns them into images so we can use them on social media, and it brands them. Oh, where'd it go? Look at this. See? So it's like perfect for social media. The call on Monday is going to be 3 o'clock. Okay, JD's in boot camp. Nice. Yeah, definitely get in boot camp if that's like, if you can swing it, that is the best possible way to get started. That is the best program we have. We only do it a couple times a year. Yes, Dave, those would be the pins. Yeah, boot camp is just unheard of. Like it's got a lot of good stuff. And the fact that we're teaching tools, if you got the tools class separate, that's $800. If you got a niche separate, that's like $1,000. If you got BPN for the year, that's like $500. If you got the plugins, all the stuff, I mean, the content, everything crazy. I mean, you're going to save a ton. Next bootcamp after this, October. I'm not sure. It's going to depend on my schedule. We are looking at moving the office. So it depends on how that all works. I mean, we might move it in like 2 weeks. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. Yeah. And the fact that we have people on staff here that work here and do help for you, game changer. We had Alina built a bunch of tools for the tools people. She helps with the tools and things like that. And think about like, you could actually own an AI enabled tool. Like if you think that BPN tool is going to make me money, imagine if you owned your own. You can build those kind of things with what you learn in bootcamp. We did come a long way from the backyard shed. Download button doesn't work. Which download button, Jackie? Lauren hasn't been with us for 2 years or a year. Blog Profit Network. Can you tell me where you got that button? Or which one are you looking at? Where do we get the where to get WP Challenge replays? That was an older one. We're actually redoing that. This is part of it. And we're going to be doing some of that in bootcamp as well. I didn't get the bunch of tools built by Alina in the AI tools class. What was your website? I didn't find AI Profit Scoop because I'm part of it. Didn't find what on there. I don't get the page that shows up. Jackie, you're going to have to be more specific about what you're asking. Are you in Blog Profit Network? If you want the Blog Profit Network plugin, you're going to go to this link here and sign up. Right there. Dave, you might need to reload because like this is like I have an account like you, so I know it's working. Is it possible that when she logs on to AI Profits, she clicks a link that goes back? I mean, she'd need to replicate what she's trying to do. Click this yellow button. Yeah, so just use, it should be VPN plugin. So it's just typo plugin. Just do that. That should work. But yeah, I'll check on that. Okay, let's see. Any other questions while you guys are getting signed up? Let me know. Again, Bootcamp is the deal of the century. I think that's a good one. It'll keep you on top of all the AI stuff going on. And that's where I teach the most detailed stuff. All right. Any other questions? All right, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get signed up, and I'll be right back with you. I'm going to take a little break. Where did my music go? Listen to the blues. Should we do the blues or Depeche Mode? What do you guys choose? We'll do Depeche Mode. That's a good one.